I uncover the news. Oh, I'm a couple of minutes late from the start. Sorry about that. You got North Carolina. Hi, Grandma D. Of the U.S., Michael Flynn's brother assumes command of the U.S. Army Pacific. Report. Okay. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Hi, Teresa Harper. Hello, Melinda Dutcher. Oh, my goodness. Sorry about the snuffles. Just had a sneezing fit just before I came on, which is good. That's a good thing. I have a good sneezing fit once a day. And, yeah. What's this card doing here? I have decks everywhere. I really need to do some tidying here. Hey, sweetheart. Extra big cup of coffee. I have hubby's skipper mug from Universal Studios in Singapore. I love Singapore. I could just go on holiday there. You know, there's so much to do. We've only not even scratched the surface. We went to Universal Studio. We went to the Wheel, Singapore Eye, and Summer for Trump. Minions. And that's pretty much what we've done. So there's so much more that we could do. When we went to Universal Studios, it had actually only just been open a few months. So, hi, Beverly Spencer in Singapore. So I was saying to Jane, you know, and it would be an affordable holiday because it's not that far for us on the plane. So actually it costs about the same to fly to Singapore and back as it is for me to fly to Townsville and back on the other side of the country. And you can get some nice hotels at reasonable prices. And, yeah, so, and there's so much to do. So I'd love to do a few days just in Singapore. Hi, Moonchild. Hi, Cartomancy. Now, what's this? Oh, Summer for Trump and his minions. Okay, I've written that down. Lynn Wood has come out and said that after the investigation, because the US Army declined to investigate Michael Flynn's remarks, that he's going to be made a 5-star general. Oh, how delusional are these people? Hi, Dishes and Stitches. Hi, Michelle Peterson. Just how little are these people? It really makes me wonder. Hi, Mimi Rose. You just got your J&J shot April 8th. No side effects at all. Oh, well, that's good. I was laid flat bite for a few days, but you know what? There's always a risk that some people get a mild dose of stuff. It's just, you know, you accept those risks when you agree to take the thing. Yeah, Mo Brooks. I have him on my list, actually, to read. Also, Trump's 2 years Facebook ban. Oh, Marco Rubio's going blah, 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 about, that's about right, isn't it? About social media. I want to have a look at his future. Putin has said, do not meddle with the Belarus affair. And I've asked the question, and it's been lauded that maybe, or put forward that maybe Putin had something to do with helping Belarus here with their affair. So I want to have a look at the link between that and the Ryanair incident. Fauci, look, don't stress about those emails. Okay, they're taking bits and pieces out of them, taking them, you know, they're not showing the whole context of the emails and everything. And what he did and did not, you know, do. They're just taking things, oh, that's a bad comment, we'll just take that out. But in the context of the whole thing, it wasn't. So, of course, as usual, if you want to bring someone down, you take things and you remove them from their context. Hi, Mimi Rose. Yeah. Well, there's no investigation. He's not active. He's not even reserve, I don't think. He was speaking as a private citizen, so there's nothing really for the army to investigate. Mm-hmm. Hi, Mimi. So I've been moving the camera about, sorry guys, and it's just driving me a bit nuts today. The positioning, sorry, I've got to move it again. It accidentally got taken off the monitor the other day, and oh, that's better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hi, Julie Saint. Ooh, don't call him an Orangeman. You'll have a whole lot of Irish Protestants very unhappy. Call him the orange one or something, but don't call him an Orangeman. That's a completely different thing. An Orangeman is the orange and the green being Catholic, Irish Catholic, and the orange being Irish Protestant. And yeah. An Orangeman is a Protestant, is an Irish Protestant. Yeah, giant orange baby, that'll do. Hi, Jazzy girl. What else have I got? Now, there's been some Iranian ships have rounded the Cape of Good Hope. It's supposed to be an oil tanker in there, but they're bound for Venezuela. Now, where will they get there? That's a question, because the US are saying, look, if we have reason to feel you're taking weapons to Venezuela, we will stop you, you know. Yeah, I knew that Nigeria had banned Twitter. Oh, booby trap. So he stumbled, so it's got to be a booby. Oh, God. North Korea has changed party bylaws so that Kim Jong-un, supposedly still alive, I don't think, you know, there's a secretary, a first secretary, who's to take on more of the responsibilities or ensure if things get done or plan how things are done. Is that real or not? So Trump's got a 2-year Facebook ban. There's been investigations into cryptocurrency being used and their role in being used to pay for cyber attacks by paying the hackers using cryptocurrency. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Now, I did June for Trump. So let's have a look at not the whole summer, but June for Trump minions. You know, the ones who are running around. Yep, 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 yep. You know, he's great, blah, 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 blah. In fact, calling them minions is quite insulting to the little yellow guys. Who everyone has come to know and love. So I won't even call them minions. He's sycophants. Trump sycophants. That's what we'll call them. They're eager to. A sycophant is someone who is eager to please, will happily carry out your agenda just to get praise from your golden ass, from what they see as your golden backside. So we'll call them not minions. We'll call them, because I just can't insult the little guys like that. We'll call them what they really are, sycophants, Trump sycophants. What is June going to bring for Trump's sycophants? And that includes just the whole lot in general, okay? Okay. So, hi, Josie Girl, Sharon Saipai, Debbie K, M, hi. Yes, there is a live chat here. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Hi, Moonchild. He had the lowest approval rating of any president ever. Trump sycophants, the whole lot, like, and that includes all those party politicians. Hi, Robin Arvin. So again, the same layout. We're through the first week of June, so let's see how many weeks in the rest of June. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We'll go last week of June, first week of July as well. So there we go. 1, to what's going to be on their mind. This next week's next couple of weeks is going to be a bit harsh on them. Wow. So what's on their mind for the next few weeks? This next week they have the devil. Repeated mistakes, repeated actions that are basically not good for them. Repeatedly promoting the big lie, basically. This is what's on their mind for the next week. This is what they're planning to do. But the following week, which is the week starting, bring the calendar up again. The week starting the 14th, the week starting the 23rd, and the week starting the 28th. So tomorrow, the week starting the 7th. It's all about repeated mistakes. Then the week starting the 14th, what's on their mind? Feeling a bit out in the cold. Maybe starting to realise that not every Republican out there, not every Republican voter out there is happy with what's happening. And there's some swing voters as well. Swing voters are not going. Swing voters can play a part. I still feel that there's going to be a ground roots thing with Republicans, but swing voters play a part too, because they go from Democratic or Independent or Republican, whichever they feel is necessary. And the swing voters, they're going to out in the cold, they're going to start realising that the week starting the 21st, what's on their mind? Trying to come up with new ideas and new energy. Hi, Linda B. Hi, Beverly Spencer. New ideas and new energy. And then the week starting the 28th, there's, got to get together. We've got to get together and talk some things out, look at some things. What's in the environment for these guys this next week coming? Consequences for actions. Things happening as a result of their plans and actions. Whether those consequences are good or bad, I'm not sure yet. And a contributing factor to those consequences for the next week. Hi, Cecilia C. Support. Their support. Their continuing support for the big lie is going to be a contributing factor to the consequences that are going to be in the environment. Well, that's interesting. I'll have a look later about those. Hi, Boho in Mexico. There's a little dog passing past the back. Does Biden know? What does he know about mansion and cinema. Okay, Boho in Mexico. I've got that written down. Does he know? Are they being paid? Yeah. So I've written that down, Boho in Mexico. Good boy, Whippy. Good boy. You can stand down now, Bubba boy. Hello, M. Yeah. Hi, Debbie K. Oh, those indictments are coming, Apple. Oh, it takes a while to establish how they did it, and they did it, if they can prove it. But, you know, if you make a death threat against somebody in power, you might not get arrested for that or whatever, but you are definitely on a watch list forever. So, yeah, Melissa Miller, sometimes it's actually proving it with the death threats. Sometimes it's actually proving it. You know, saying something is thing, but have they got anything concrete, you know? But you put on watch lists. You can sometimes find it hard to fly places. You're given extra scrutiny. So there is punishment, even if you can't be legally punished. But you know, Eric Nelson, how did he feel about defending Chauvin? Interesting question. Hi, J-Lo. Okay, so back to the week starting the 14th. Now, we've got what's on their mind. This is all the Trump sycophants. They're feeling a little bit out in the cold, maybe. Now, that might tie into what's in the environment for the coming week, which is consequences for their actions, and the contributing factor to those consequences is continuing support for Trump in the big lie. So what's in the environment for the week starting the 7th? Lawyers, mercenaries, need for legal representation. Wow. And also slowing things down. One of the things, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. The contributing factor to this will explain more of what that card is about. They're being embattled. Wow. Some of them are going to start, feeling battled and the need for legal representation. Got a further question about this row. It might have to do with 1/6. That feeling out in the cold, need for representation, because of that's in the environment, starting to feel like they might need that, and wanting to try and slow things down because they're feeling embattled. That's a contributing factor. That's the week starting the 14th of June. Hi, J-Lo. in the environment for the week starting the 21st, where they're feeling like they need new energy and new ideas, secrets, secret agendas, lies and manipulation, and not acting wisely. This is the High Priestess, and this is high impact. Now, with the Devil on their mind, this is high impact things they're going to try and bring about, they're planning to bring about. But in the environment for the week starting the 21st, this is secrets, lies, deceptions, unwise actions in the environment all around them. What's the contributing factor for that? Temperance. They should have been restrained, but they weren't. They just decided they were going to barge ahead where they should have shown restraint, and they should have maybe pulled back a bit, where they should maybe pull back a bit. They're not going to do that. Lack of restraint, not doing the wise thing. They're just deciding they're going to keep barging forward with this thing. Now, the last week, starting the 28th, we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is, it can be craftsmanship, it can be group work, it could be groups coming together for money. Hi, crazy cat lady. In the environment, anxiety for them in the environment that week. So they'll be, we need to get together, we need to get together and talk, we need to get together and discuss things, because there's a lot of anxiety and nightmarish scenarios hanging around them in the environment that week. And what's the contributing factor to this? The Hanged Man. That can be changed in perspective. Pauses in movement. Suspension of movement, changes in perspective. They willingly put themselves there. The thing about the Hangman is that he has willingly put himself in that position. And he's realizing that, oh, okay, this might not have been the best thing to do. And yeah, but that's a high impact card. So we're starting out with a high impact card with the Devil, and winding up on the diagonal with a high impact card with the Hanged Man. I think they're going to start realizing during the rest of June, that not everyone sees things the way they do. And there are going to be some voters turning their backs on them. Some Republicans, not all, a lot of Republicans still. But there's still this level of Republicans who are getting increasingly turned off by all these antics. But I do feel like swing voters as well. Hello to everyone who's watching. Who's not in the comment, and hello to everyone who'll be watching later as well. I do appreciate everyone who watches, and please remember to do the thumbs up. Okay. What does Biden know about Mansion and Cinema? But first, I want to know, are they, I do think they get a lot of pressure from some of their donors. And lobbyists. Why are they doing what they're doing? Why are Mansion and Cinema doing what they are doing? Let's have a look at that first. Why are Mansion and Cinema doing what they're doing? Let's see if we can get to the guts of that. We'll go past, present, future there, okay? Are they moles for the Republicans? Well, we'll do a yes, no for that first, okay? Are they moles for the Republicans? Nine of Swords, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles. I'm pretty much getting what I was getting when I was asking the question, why are they doing what they're doing? That was going ahead. Not really. Yes and no. It's not that they're official moles for the Republican, but in order to get the security, the money they needed, for their campaigns and all that, they weren't as scrutinising of who they were taking money from as they should have been. And that pressure is coming back on them in pressure to. Manchin is a conservative Democrat. Hi, Fern Robin Blank. Oh, Blanc, sorry. Hi, Debbie Kay. He's more along the lines of what the real old-fashioned, the really old Democrats used to be like. You know, the Democrats were very much 40, 50 years ago, 60, well, you know, pre and post World War II, the Democrats were pretty much the bad guys. They introduced a lot of nasty laws. They, you know, and it took some real gutting of the party to turn things around with it. But Manchin would have been really, really at home in the Democrat Party of the 20s and 30s and even the late 19th century. The Democrats had to clean house and clean up their act, the same as the Republicans have to do now. Manchin is really a throwback. So it's not that he's taking money. He took money from people that other Democrats wouldn't have, and he was fine with that. Well, yeah, they've definitely received money, but whether it's through donations or flat out being paid and then being pressured, I got financial insecurity for at least cinema. And yeah, this is accepting money to be comfortable. It's not so much that they're being bribed to do these things or paid to do these. It's that the pressure they are getting, it's like cinema was not as discerning as she should have been, and now she is getting a lot of pressure, and she's like, feels like she's gone and trapped herself into this. But there was a point where she could have just said, even after she took the money, said, hang on, no, I can't take money from these, please return it. But she was so insecure. And she was in Arizona too. There's definitely money involved. Manchin is more because it's more of a Republican, a current day Republican, than he is a Democrat. He's like a real throwback. And he was fine with accepting money. He just, you know. It does involve money and increasing pressure. When is Sinema up for re-election? Does anyone know when Sinema is up for re-election? Because didn't she contest John McCain's seat? Oh. Russian money? Well, there could be links to Russian money through there, yeah. Because he just doesn't care. And that's Manchin. Sinema, because she did not do her due diligence, and she was yet pretty naive. And now she's really feeling the pressure. I get the idea that she's going to walk away. 2025, okay. I get the idea that she's going to walk away for some reason. She might leave. Either leave or not recontest. Mansion's very much in lobbyist pockets. So that's why they're doing it. There is money involved. Yes, payments of money. It's nothing as blunt as direct payoffs. It never is with politicians. In some cases, it's because it's a, ha, gotcha. If you don't, you know, oh, this will look bad if this comes out. So, you know, we won't say anything if you do things that way. And in some cases, it's like, oh, yeah, lobbyists, yeah, I'll take your money to, you know, fund my campaign and my offices and all that. And yeah. Yeah, it's never as blunt. It's always a lot more subtle than that. So, yes, there is money involved. Does Joe Biden know? She has until 2025. I don't know if she's going to last that long. I think I might ask the question, will Sinema finish her term? Is Sinema going to finish her term? Guides of the highest truth and compassion, please help me with crystal clarity and knowledge. And objective in question. So Sinema, when she finishes her term. Yes, she will. She will finish out her term. But it's going to be really hard. She's going to have to work really, really hard. There's a tipping point of somewhere along the way. Boho, Mexico, I can ask that question. Just wondering if Biden or anyone else is looking into the possibility of them being paid. I'll have a look at that, yeah. Ooh, she has heartbreak, betrayal, judgment, manipulation, quite a rough passage. Something from her past coming back. Chaotic. She's not going to have an easy time of it. But yes, she will finish off her term. But she is going to be judged, and she is being judged by fellow Democrats. And there's going to be Democrats in her district or her state that are really going to feel betrayed by what she's doing. Shifting away. She's shifting. I don't know that she'll change to Republican, but you know what? There's a good chance she might change her affiliation to at least independent, so she can have a bit more power in the Senate, or what she feels there's a bit more power in the Senate, and create a bit more. But she's definitely, yeah, things from the past are going to come up. She could change her affiliation to independent, which would, if she did this between now and drastic. Yeah, she's going to last a term out, but she's not going to have a good time about it. She's not going to have an easy time about it. So, she doesn't have to be the scapegoat for Manchin's insanity, for what you call Manchin's insanity. She can stand up and do the right thing, you know. And she might get judged. But, yeah. Okay. Does Biden and has Biden got someone looking into her and Manchin? Hi, Laura Carlson. Oh, you almost missed me. That's fine. If you can't join the lives, that's fine. You know, you know. No, I'm pretty sure that they can change their affiliation anytime they like. Justin Amash did. You know. Not sure how that works, but I'm pretty sure they can. Let's see. Biden, or the administration, we'll say it's the administration looking into Manchin and Sinema. Not so much Biden as the party itself. Biden has to remain, yes, he's the leader of the Democratic Party, but he's also the president of the United States. And as such, he has to maintain a distance, or he should maintain a distance that Trump never did. Yeah, there's definitely going to be something. Yeah, there's definitely there's a tower here, which is a high impact, and it's definitely going to change a couple of things. Perceptions, manipulations. They're looking at, especially Sinema, and how what's happening with her. Manchin, that they're not so surprised about. Yeah, here it is again. And there's the Eight of Cups again. They're walking away. Look, there's definitely questions being asked, and there will be consequences. Manchin's not going to get the Democratic endorsement when he's up for re-election. Hi, Human Generic. Hi, Pam Pierce. Yeah, they're going to internally they are looking for what's really going on. And they're going to find out the truth about it, and there will be consequences for both these people. In lack of endorsement, lack of funding from the party. Cinema, I don't think will run again. Manchin's going to get told he's not going to get any support. He might try, but he'll be primaried out, I think. And this is from what they're looking at, the investigations they're doing now. It's certainly no good booting Manchin out of the party. They need him. They need his vote, at least until next year. So there's reasons why they don't seem to be doing that much. They need them there. Thank you, Boho. Okay, interesting question. How does Eric Nelson feel about defending Manchin? That's not Manchin, Chauvin. It's a tough job to do. Hi, Patricia Ray. Well, here he is. This is Eric Nelson. Now I've got the Hermit. We've got Page of Wands. Speaking about people's actions. The Empress. Knight of Wands investigation. Two of Cups. Deal agreements. Three major arcana. Oh, another major arcana, the Magician. Three of Pentacles. Four of Wands. I don't get a look. I get the Three of Pentacles, which can be group work and some money, and the Knight of Pentacles, which can be mercenary, but it's also a lawyer. I don't get a lot of money cards. They're the only two money cards I'm getting. I got three high impact cards, three major arcana: the Hermit, the Empress, and the Magician. fact is that there was such an abundance of evidence against Chauvin. And he does believe in the fundamental right that everyone has the right to legal representation. He is a defender. He's a defense attorney. That's his job. This sort of felt like guiding light. He knew the abundance of evidence against Chauvin, but he knew that in order for there to be a fair trial, everything had to be there in order for, and he knew what his job was, to manifest the best outcome for Chauvin. Either get him off or prove him innocent, or get the best deal. Somebody stand up and speak for somebody else, orator. Look, he's not ever going to feel that this was a highlight of his career. He had a job to do. He was given a job to do, and he did it to the best of his ability, which is what you should do. It was a high-profile case. He knew that it would shine a light on him, and he being sort of like not super high profile in the past, but it's really shone a light on him that he's perhaps not comfortable with either. It's sort of like everyone has this right. So that's why he did it. Well, that, and, the law firm. How he feels about it is that got muted celebration here. He's tried to keep himself pretty neutral. This is protection too. This is also, the Empress is also about protection, the protection of the law, the right to a fair trial, everything too. Honestly, he's tried not to think about it too much. He's had a job to do. He's stuck to the facts. He hasn't let his emotions get in the way too much. The outcome was the outcome. it's not that he's cold or anything. I don't get that with this family and minor celebration. He's Chauvin had the right under American law to a fair trial. He was given that case to do. He did it to the utmost of his ability. But I think he's glad it's over. It's not something he wants to revisit again. And I don't know if he'll handle any appeals to shove it in the... Hi, Marisa Sutton. The Voting Act, the For the People Act. Let's have a look at that. I am. Basically had a job to do and a core belief. You know, one of his guiding light as a lawyer, as a defence lawyer, is everyone is entitled to a free trial, to a fair trial. Yeah. But it's not going to be you know, yeah. He did say that. I saw Mark Elias. For those who can't see the comments, Pam Pearce said Mark Elias is fighting the Republican courts and voter suppression state by state. But there's no way he can keep up with all this legislation and stuff, and that the Voting Rights Act needs to pass. Okay. Got Page of Wands and Knights of Wands. They flipped out when talking about this subject. Is this act going to pass? Yes, the 15th, you have the 15th Amendment, which guarantees your right to vote and prohibits states taking away that right. Two of Cups. Support. It's still got a little way. It will pass, but there's still some argy-bargy. Or still some things. Yeah, the momentum. There's still going to be a couple of efforts to kill it. Who knows why? Well, they know that, you know. The Chariot momentum is really going to build behind this act, but there's still a couple of the Ten of Swords here. An end of a cycle. Delusions. Feel like it is going to pass, but it's just like I feel like, yeah, I'm going to get out another deck here and do a past, present, future with the Voting Rights Act, with the For the People Act. Can I make Sharon Cypher mod? Yes. Not here, I can't. At least I don't think I can. Let's have a look. Yeah, put user in time. I'm on StreamYard at the moment, so making Sharon a mod. Just hang on for a moment then. No, not on that one. Right, so just hang on for a moment. Yeah, hang on. Uncover the news. You're the only mod here at the moment. Hi, Edna May. Just hang on for just a minute. No. Hi, Clarence Field. Hi, Eunice Ruffin. Hi, Good Samaritan. What was I looking at? Oh, yeah, the For the People Act. Okay. Hi, Patricia Ray. For the People Act. Past, present, some anxiety about it. Future. Legacies. Votes, King of Swords. Being confined. Coming out. Knight of Pentacles. Down. There's definitely efforts happening to suppress it, but the Magician in the end, it's all going to come together. Knight of Pentacles. Just hang on for a minute. And Sharon. And moderator. Sharon, you're a moderator. Anybody else want to be a mod? No, uncover the news. So there we go. It's all going to come together. It will pass. We've got the Magician. We've also got the Hanged Man. Perception and changes. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it will pass. It's gonna, and it needs to pass because there's going to be more and more of these voter suppression laws being introduced. Good Samaritan, are you a mod? Okay, I've made Good Samaritan a mod. Oh, it's going to be a tough road, but it'll get there. It will get there. And then after it passes, oh, a lot of these laws are going to get turfed. A lot of these voter suppression laws, and that's what these are. This is designed to help people get in who don't belong there, I suppose. It will pass, but there's still a bit of a ways to go yet. They might come to reconciliation to do that. I'm not quite sure what reconciliation is. So yes, no. I'll just go 3 cards. Yes, no. Will the For the People Act pass? There's the Magician. He flipped out. 2 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Yes. Yes, but there's still a little bit of to do. So it's still a little bit away with the light and love back to you too, Eunice Ruffin. Okay, Lynn Wood and Mo Brooks. Lynn Wood came out and said that because the army have refused to investigate Michael Flynn's comments about there should be a coup, Michael Flynn's going to be a 5-star general. Firstly, that's not going to happen. The army didn't investigate it. but it doesn't need the army to investigate it. This man's retired. But first, just how batshit Burko is Linwood. Let's have a look at Linwood. What is going on with this man? Queen of Wands. This is an interesting the poem, The Lady of Shalott. The door blew out from open wide, and open wide the mirror cracked. From side to side, the doom has come upon me, says the Lady of Shalott. The mirror cracked. It's like it's got this look of doom on this interest. This man has like his intuition and growth as a person has been stunted by something. Totally come to a halt and never reached full maturity. He goes off the handle, fiery tempered, impossible to talk to, doesn't listen. In the past for him, the Sleeper's 20 Judgment. He's never in the past been able to get people to all his actions are about getting people to wake up and see what happens, see the fraud, see this, see that, even if it wasn't there. And I think he's been told, wake up and smell the roses a lot, you know, especially the rotting roses in the past. He's heading towards facing a judge. What's at the base of all this? The sun, things coming out, things being exposed about him. What is his ultimate or his final outcome? 10 of Cups. Going home to family. Living in a dream world. The horned one, the devil. Knight of Wands, investigations. Wow. He's got a lot of high impact cards. He's got the devil, the sun, and judgment. He's made mistakes and they're all going to come back and King of Cups, Knight of Cups. He's gone over and over and over and over. I get, Well, I do feel that he needs help. And that he's been told that in the past a lot. You really need to, you know, there are some things, you know, things that just don't make sense. You really need to, but he won't listen to anyone. I think he's going to end up just fading into the background in the end. After Trump is gone, he's going to just disappear into the background and continue on his... He's going to deteriorate in those things. Yep. Mo Brooks, where has Mo Brooks been? I do feel there's some mental health issues there with the man. That's yeah. But he's just going to fade into the background. And he's just going to keep repeating. He's got this repeating pattern. He's repeated it previously in his life, and he's been told, come on, wake up, you've got to get out of this. You've got to, you know, and no, it's just, yeah. But unfortunately, this time round, he's been given a very big platform. So... Mo Brooks, where's Mo Brooks? What's going on with Mo Brooks? Just hang on for a minute, guys. I'm going to get a reference that's over here for a spread. Yes, I wiggled my backside. Oh. Babe, could you do me another one of those coffees? Thank you. Yeah, out. Oh, put that aside there. Mo Brooks, Mo Brooks. As you know, I'm not afraid to refer to some notes and stuff here and then. Yeah, his potential. Let's see. Mo Brooks. What's going on with Mo Brooks? Which part of Australia? I am in Perth. Em, are you in Melbourne? I hope that if you are in Melbourne that you're safe and everything's going well. I have family in Melbourne. And, yes. Mo Brooks. Ooh, he definitely, his situation at the moment is definitely one of having a look and ooh, am I going to be in trouble? Having a good think about things. Yeah, you're in Melbourne. Okay, so far so good for you. Oh, I'm really glad. I have an uncle and an aunt and cousins who live in Melbourne. What's his challenge? Victory is his challenge. Oh, he's a bit tied up with this case that Sywell brought against him. So his challenge is trying to win this case. Get ready to defend yourself. That's the guidance that he's got here. Get ready to defend yourself. And the reason, the focus is, sitting pretty, the 9 of Pentacles. The focus of this case, money, resolution, outcome, potential, the world's watching. See if we can find more on the focus. What about the 9 of Pentacles? Mo Brooks. He thinks he's in a good position to win. The focus and his support of the big lie with Biden. The rule of law. Outcome. End of one journey, start of another. Emotional news. An offer he doesn't want. Quid pro quo, deals coming out. Thank you very much, sweetheart.
There you go.
Yeah, he's very much, the reason he hasn't been seen a lot lately is this case with Sywell. Hi, Sherry French. So Mo Brooks is pretty much just concentrating on his legal woes at the moment. Listening to bits of Trump tonight. When does he get arrested for more, for insurrection, for things? I saw a very interesting article on the Beat. Harry Malva basically said, you know, this is Sivance and about how he's acted in the past with cases and how when he's been criticised for walking away from cases, and that seemed watertight. But he said, no, the stuff is just not there to do this. The evidence is just not there to do this. But then a little bit later on, you'll see he's come back and he's on those cases and he's reintroduced those cases. Just because he doesn't act now doesn't mean he won't act in the future. And yeah, when he acts, he makes sure he has the highest bar. So, the insurrection. Has anyone heard from J Cat Lady about the poor little Bubba? No. So, what's on the bottom of the deck here? That unavoidable and irreversible changes coming for Trump. Is Trump going to be arrested for the insurrection? Embattled? Future hope. Yeah, it's really, really gearing up here, gearing up for the next part of the battle. The DC, and it's DC who will go after him for this. Washington DC. Gearing up for the battle. It may have seemed like they've been resting and not doing anything, but that's not true. The immediate future, there is hope with will he be arrested? And the reason is he's painted himself into a corner. Okay, but there are some restrictions as well. But he has painted himself into a corner. The outcome here, will he be arrested? Potential outcome. We've got yes, the victory. Yes, the Ace of Cups. And yes, the Strength card. Definitely. And what was on the bottom, of course, here. But what's down here, the reason or the focus of this investigation. Things he's said and done. Payments. He was seen talking to the CFO or CEO of one of the companies that brought people in for it. Group work, dirty money, funding, burden of proof. Going to get a deal he doesn't want. Oh, it's going to cause some conflict, but okay. But yeah, they will get him. As to when, it's still a little bit of ways. They want everything to be as solid as they can get it. So they're lining their ducks up in a row, I suppose you could say. Well, Washington, D.C. achieved statehood. That's a really interesting question. I think Puerto Rico will, or D.C., the District of Columbia. I do know that Republicans don't want that to happen, because then that's an extra 2 senators, and that would more than likely be Democrat. As for Puerto Rico, if that gets, I think Puerto Rico would be a 50-50 split, maybe. Oh, hi, Anne. Hey, running sloth. I saw the comment that said that you moved in and were safely there. Hi, Teresa Judy. Oh, Teresa Judy, that's what it is. For another few months with a special diet. You did not have to put him down. Thank you, Teresa Judy, for giving us an update on Onyx. That is a wonderful name, by the way, an absolutely sterling name. I like names that I like that. I mean, I called my Bubba Girl Cameo, which is, based on corals. Yeah. Trump terrorizing has you mentally strained. Before I go today, I will do some oracle cards looking at how to deal with the mental stress. Okay, so I'll do an oracle and healing spread for healing and resolution on dealing with the mental stress. Let's see. Washington, D.C. will achieve statehood. And I hope your move went okay and that you're comfortable in your new home. It's bad enough moving houses, but you moved states as well, didn't you? I mean, just support. There's definitely support there for statehood. The challenge. Looking at the law, stability, or the past. The future, that's a yes, and it's the 10 of Cups. Family celebration. I mean, there's 800,000 people live in Washington, D.C. There are states with 2 senators that have less people than they're in theirs, and they have no real representation. Based on this leadership. Justice. Yes, I do think it will. It's something that was bound to happen. We've got justice. What is the Emperor challenge? Okay. Yeah, some people, it's the idea of having 2 more seats. That's been a challenge 2 more Senate seats because it would be a challenge. It would increase the chances for Democrats. Yeah, it would be a release of restrictions. Yeah, I do feel it will happen. And I do feel Puerto Rico will happen as well. Okay. Oh, question. Was cryptocurrency used to pay for cyber attacks, for paying hackers for cyber attacks? Yeah, it does seem like that, doesn't it? M? Yeah. Yes, it's an easy way to manipulate payment and stuff like that. The role it's had, it's still a bit clouded, but there's definitely going to be investigations into it, into the role of cryptocurrency. There needs to be transparency in the transactions. Cryptocurrency is, so there's going to be investigations, but there is going to be a need to cut through all this and establish transparency, because at the moment it's really easy to, hide transactions and all that with cryptocurrency. Yes, it has played a role in paying hackers and stuff like that. It's not going away. Sports Kate. Evil is not winning, Evil's not winning, but it would be so much simpler if it was just good versus evil. But it never is. It's always much more convoluted than that. Much more complex than that. Okay, what else can we look at? Oh, the Iranian ships. Will the US will the US interfere if those Iranian ships continue towards? There's even some doubt that they're capable of getting to Venezuela. So, I've got this piece of hair that is just driving me nuts. Hang on a moment, guys. It's just driving me nuts, guys. Sorry. It's sticking out there like a Veronica curl. Oh. I hate anything that sort of draws my attention away from things, especially, I don't hate my hair, but you know, when you've got to look after it yourself, it can be, take this little thing out. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow. Oh. There we go. Wee bit better. Not much, but a wee bit. So will the US intervene if those ships continue towards Venezuela? Iranian ships. Guards of the Universal Spirit Guards of the Will the US intervene if those ships continue towards Venezuela? If those Iranian ships continue towards Venezuela? You thought I was going for scissors. I've been known to. I washed my hair this morning, so I can't do anything with it. Okay, there's certainly debating whether to or not. I think the ships will turn back. But they're looking at past experience. The ships haven't been able to make it. The ships might turn back. They rounded the Cape of Good Hope. They're heading towards Venezuela. So they're still assessing it. Yep, here's the still assessment. Again, assessment, deciding, juggling the options, waiting for news, I think. I'll have a look at Tucker Carlson. They're also looking at their legal right to do so. And King of Wands, once again, leadership, perspective. No, I don't think they'll have to. I do think that the ships will still turn back.
It's definitely a big, high impact move to make if they do it. There's like 4 major arcana here: the Hangman, the Lovers, Death, and the Moon. I think it's still very much up in the air if anything will happen yet. I think they're awaiting events and looking at their options there, whether they can legally do it. Yeah. Well, supposedly it's taking oil over to Venezuela, but it's also known that Venezuela has bought arms from Iran. And there's some speculation that some of these ships are carrying arms as well. So it's still a situation in progress. But there have been attempts for ships to go across the Atlantic before, and they haven't made it. They've always had to turn back. So I think they're waiting to see what happens there. It's a situation under assessment with the possibility that it won't have, but it's yeah, momentum. So it's a situation in progress, basically. Tucker Carlson. I'll have a look at Iran's purpose with their ships after I've done the Tucker Carlson reading, Sherry French. So, yeah. So, Em, what does the future hold for Tucker Carlson? Making deals at the moment. In his past, he's thrived on reporting news. This is the messenger, the bringer of news that causes emotional responses. Ooh, things coming about, things coming out, things coming to light, lies, deceptions, hidden motives coming out. Assessment, reap what you sow. Future, he's got a burden in his future. His potential outcome is a burden. Why is there a burden? Oh, he took the wrong path. This is the Crossroads card. Hanged Man. Changed perceptions. Changed pause momentum. Why? Oh, investigations. His links. He's hoping, I think he's hoping to run for office, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, it's his future is not as clear cut and happy and as shiny as he likes to think it is. Hi, Mary Fanu. Shelby Lisa, you just got an image of a sideways ship. Interesting. Let's have a look at more about this ship. What are these ships carrying? Let's have a look. sides of the highest truth. Seven of Wands. Defense, defensive. I do feel that maybe they do have some arms on them, some weapons. Princess of Pentacles. It doesn't make sense that they're taking oil because Venezuela's rich with oil. But there is a shortage because they can't get to it for some reason. The Sun. Things are going exposure, things coming to light. Ace of Cups. Overflowing relationships. Ten of Wands burden. Yeah, I do feel that, yeah, the Hanged Woman or the Hanged Man. And pause in momentum. Four of Swords. Sleep, withdrawal, retreat. King of Pentacles, corruption. Knight of Swords, chaos. Four of Wands, home, because of the burden. Yeah, I do feel like they do have some, you know, stuff they shouldn't be carrying there because of international regulations and stuff. Ship sideways. Shelby Leisha, I might have a look at that image. You said a ship sideways. So let's see. I take it you got it when you were thinking about. Hi, Mims. The Iranian ships. Oh, sorry, guys. I did get the ships not getting it, the US not having to intervene because they're not getting there. Is there going to be an incident? Okay, let's have a look. What is the fate of these ships? Three of Swords, heartbreak. The Star. King of Cups. Biden. Nine of Swords, anxiety. Two of Swords. You know, there's always what they call a point of no return. I think I'm trying to do too much here with this, so let's see. You don't want bad to happen to anybody or any ship or anything like that. Not enough water. Ace of Wands. Queen of Wands. King of Swords. That blocking is like they can't go any further. That turning on its side, like leaning to one side, not enough water, it's blocking others into a port. I do feel that they'll have to turn back. But I don't want to say they're going to lose a ship, that something's going to happen and they'll lose a ship, but I do feel that. But I do feel like everyone, you know, they'll get everyone off the ship. But I don't get them getting there. I do feel them having to turn back. But, yeah. Cups. The Chariot, momentum, the Four. the momentum. I do feel like maybe something happens to one of the ships and they all turn back, but this is about they're going across, it's a group of Iranian vessels that are going across the Atlantic towards Venezuela. They're heading towards Venezuela. Across the Atlantic. And in the past, they've never been able to get there. They've had to turn back. These are old vessels for the large part. Yeah. The US has warned Iran, look, we will intervene if you don't turn back, but I don't think they're going to have to. I think they're going to turn back on their own. It's not so much that they don't have ships that can't get there. They do have ships that can make that thing. It's just that these ships, one especially, it's very old. It's tried several times to get across the Atlantic and do this journey, and it's never been able to. And I do feel that maybe something's going to happen to one of the ships, and they might have to turn back. I don't think there's going to be any loss of life or anything. I do feel that they might lose a ship or something. Not through any act by another country, just it's old and it's not fit for the journey, and yeah. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, now, other question. Did Putin help Lutsenko with the Ryanair incident? Basically, the hijacking of another nation's carrier. Did Putin help Lutsenko? Yeah. He's also warned other countries stay out of it. Oh, yeah. They help behind the scenes. He's the hermit. 3 of Wands. There will be consequences for that, but yeah. They want Lutsenko on side. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep. They want Belarus. Definitely. Yep. He wants Lutsenko. He wants Lutsenko to team up with him. Nine of Cups. Yeah, they definitely had helped with it. They definitely want to change the dynamic in Belarus to suit them, which is get rid of any, opposition, any fairness of elections. Like mine. He wants to strengthen Lutsenko's hold there so he can stand his ground. Yep, definitely did help. Is Iran trying to pick a fight? in this instance, I think it's pushing boundaries to see how far they can get. How far they can go without towards provoking NATO countries, I think. Hi, the face painter. How are things in the Netherlands? Early morning over there still, isn't it? England is 7.5 hours behind. So 10:03. It'd be something like 2 o'clock in the morning or something where you are. Oh, I really appreciate that. Oh, it's 5:30 a.m. Okay. Face painter, have you got any questions? North Korea, the changes that they are making, they've made with the new party bylaws. Are they indicative of a move away from dynastic? Why is Piers Morgan so mean? I'll have a look at why is Piers Morgan in a bit. Yeah, okay. But first we'll have a look at this new party bylaws in North Korea. Will they lead to, are they the first of a move away from dynastic rule? Burden. Knight of Swords, chaos. In the past he's been creating. Not really, no. No, I don't think so. But it's changes that had to happen. It could be, yes, more towards the people. Could be a loss of power. Judgment. Not a move away from dynastic rule, but it's something that had to happen because people are waking up to the dangers of having somebody with a tight grip on one thing. And it is going to have, over time, it's going to have some of an impact. But towards changing the thing as a whole, there will be some changes, but not as much as what they feel was put on offer. It might be more of a lead. It's not a step towards democracy. It might be more of step more towards the party electing a leader. But it's still a ways away. It's going to lead to some changes, but it's not going to lead to democracy. Okay, Piers Morgan. What's going on with Piers Morgan? A very bitter man. No, the face painter, no, they didn't. They didn't. He didn't have permission to slag Megan. He didn't need permission to slag Megan. Maybe sort of got the impression that they would not object if he slagged Megan, but they didn't give him permission per se, no. Okay. Piers Morgan. 5 of Wands. He's got a lot happening in his life at the moment, his personal life. Lots of conflict. His challenge is, well, basically he's coming to an end of this phase of his life and he's trying to fight it off. And he feels like he's just being stabbed in the back and stabbed in the back and stabbed in the back. But he's really done a lot to himself. He's done a lot of it to himself. He's got a new show now, hasn't he? He had Keir Starmer on. In his future, the lovers. He's got a new deal in his future. But he's still quite anxious. He's still suffering from anxiety. You know, he suffers from anxiety. And he's always been, there's always going to be someone out to get me. This is his past thinking. And end my reign. So he's quite a bit. They're always trying to find a way to get rid of me. But you know what? At the moment, he's going through a bit of conflict and all that, but he's got a new deal coming up and it's going to make him happy. At least. But it also restrictions. He's painting himself. He's going to paint himself into a corner as well. He's got quite a lot of swords here and conflict. Knight of Wands. Someone's going to come out and talk about his actions. What's at the face? This 6 of Wands. How he'll do anything to get what he wants. 4 of Wands. Yeah. King of Swords. It's like he got a new deal and he's celebrating it, but he's always been there's always someone out to get me, you know. He's going to be king of his own little platform here, but it's going to be a lot more restrictive. It's not going to have the reach that, like, working with the BBC had with him. He's going to be able to continue to spew his garbage and score little victories. At least he's going to see them as little victories. But honestly, he's going to be restrictive. But he's always suffered from fear of being replaced. That's why he's been so tough and aggressive and horrible. It's like he was good at what he did a long, long time ago. But then the higher he got and the more exposure he got, the more paranoid he got about being replaced. His platform's going to be smaller. Ego, yeah, oh, definitely a lot of ego. Any other questions, guys? Oh, almost 2.5 hours. His own actions and his own choices led to a loss of respect for him from a lot of people, and he put himself there, which is what the 8 of Swords is often, is painting yourself into a corner. Yeah. So anyway, what I think we'll do is I'll get the oracle cards out in a minute. Just reminding you, if you want a personal reading, you can email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com. And I am looking at doing some teaching. People are interested on learning tarot from me, on my approach and all that, and doing a couple of seminars, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. So whether I'm going to approach that or not, okay? So, but first I'm going to get some oracle cards out. The Nature Alchemist. And I'm going to do a reading for anxiety and stress. I'm dealing with that. And it's an oracle spread for healing and resolution. And I'm going to look at how to handle some of the stress. One of those Anne H mentioned earlier, that just the feeling of constantly being threatened, both it's stressing her out, it's causing her anxiety. And so let's have a look at what we can do to help fight this this particular effect of having this man in the world at the moment. And you know what? It does reverberate. What brings you to this situation? The backstory. Why is this happening? Authenticity, the platypus. Now, this is water, I think. Now, where's the book? These are great little cards. There were a lot of people when the platypus was first discovered and one was killed and stuffed and brought to a museum. They thought that there's no way this animal could be real. It's a fake. It's a fake. And, you know, so this is water. And the platypus does connect to water. It lives in creeks and in burrows and creeks. The platypus, the unique platypus. Dare to be yourself. No matter what others think, you must always express who you are. Well, part of the problem that's bringing us is Trump, who always expresses who he is. He doesn't hide who he is. And he doesn't care what others think as long as it's going to bring him money and power. And this is part of what brings us to this situation, the stress and the worry and feeling scared. And part of the problem is that Trump does not view life as a voyage of self-discovery. The name of this oracle deck is the Nature Alchemist Animal Magic Cards. Okay, and it is, I'm not quite sure who it's by. It's by Three Voice Publishing. Okay. Three Voice Publishing. At www.threevoice, so that's Treevoice, TREEVOICE. So www.treevoice, one word, .global. Yeah. Apparently they've been going since 1968, these publishers. So, and let's have a look here if I can find out a little bit more. Rochelle. They're from Victoria. It's an Australian deck. So, yeah. First published in, copyright text, Rochelle Heverin. Okay. Rochelle Heverin. So, yeah. So, it's also that he'd never viewed life as a journey of self-discovery and going inward. This is a situation that's been brought about the platypus is unique. And it was brought about by probably evolved the way it is because of a unique set of circumstances. I don't know what they are. But things have to happen for this. It had to happen in certain ways, and certain things had to happen for this animal to basically be on the earth. And Trump is, lots of things happened to bring Trump around to being on, here. And things happened in a certain way, and the result was Trump being in power.
and he doesn't hide who he is. And that scares people. Okay, the next thing is what is happening now, the present state of affairs. Patience, we've got water again. The turtle. Things seem to be going slowly. I love the steampunkish vibe of these cards too. There's a very big steampunk vibe with them. I love that too. Slow and steady turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. Pay attention to the finer details in your current project and take your time. Do not be tempted to skip steps or take shortcuts. One of the things here is the people who are going after Trump, the DAs, the prosecutors, Washington, D.C., they're making sure they've got everything ready, everything they need. They're not skipping anything. They know the importance of getting it right. Know that bigger, stronger and faster are not always the best ways to reach your goal, but in this case, it is. Now, the turtle is providing you with patience and endurance to move through your tasks and ground you to the earth to stay focused on the present. It is important to stay focused on the present. Do some grounding exercises, mindfulness. It's really important that you do that. I have a great 3-minute mindfulness video. With Deepak Chopra in it. It is a wonderful little video that you can use, and I use it. There's the link, Deepak Chopra. It's a 3-minute mindfulness exercise. Thank you, lucky girl. You're right ahead of me, weren't you? So when you feel like things are getting out of control and the anxiety is building, you don't have to use that video. There's lots of mindfulness meditations that go from a couple of minutes to 10, 15 minutes, to even longer. Whatever suits you. But the thing is, by finding a short one too, you can do it anywhere. Take a few minutes break. Go do it. Settle down. The next thing is what a resolution may bring for you. There's lots, all of this is water, water, water. Here's another one, the dolphin, harmony. Resolution is going, well, this is quite self-explanatory. Resolution is going to bring about a new sense of harmony for you. Okay. The dolphin is prompting you to balance and harmonize your environment. You're going to feel a new sense of balance. Be able to feel like things are settling in as they used to. Things are getting back to right in the world. Practice your love for others, and that helps this happen. Find ways that you can help the young, the sick, or the less fortunate, or spend time with friends and celebrate how much you're alike instead of focusing on the differences. The dolphin also signifies a time to play and be more lighthearted. Sometimes if you get yourself so caught up in what's happening, you can forget to play.
Hubby and I went down to have a coffee down at a cafe at a beach the other day. We just had a coffee, but we took a game of Scrabble with us, and we sat down and we played a game of of Scrabble, and it was a real break for us. One, we were laughing and engaged. The other one is that we were forcing our minds away, especially hubby, who tends to really get in and obsess on some things, away from things like COVID. What's happening? Will it come over here? Which things my hubby worries about a lot. And it gave him a real mental break that he hadn't been able to give himself, because even if he was doing something else or watching something else, always going on in the background, but by having to really concentrate on the game and get into the game, it just chucked everything else. Play. Scrabble, chess, anything that engages your mind is really good. And you'll be able to feel, the resolution that will come, and it will come, it's still a while away, will help you feel more playful and will help you feel more balanced. But one of the ways in which you can get there is you don't have to wait for a resolution to happen before you start doing things to help yourself. Okay? I'm not a fan of people who say, oh, everything will be better once this happens. You can't wait for things to happen. If you want things to change, waiting for something else to happen before you take action, unless it's a business merger or something, but if you want things to change in your life, waiting until something else happens, you're never going to move forward. So, be patient and have faith in the process, but don't wait for it before you do things to make changes for yourself. Of course, it's natural to over-worry about COVID. I would not laugh at anyone who's over-worrying about COVID. But you'll set yourself into a cycle that can be hard to get out of. Okay. How to resolve this situation and find a healing? Truth. Links. And this is Earth, I think. Fire. Animals connected to fire. Truth. The links is a cat. Need the truth. Truth busting link. Know that things are not exactly as they appear to be. Use discernment to peel back the layers of deception and see things for what they really are. Look through rather than right at the object of your attention. Trust the links to let you see the whole truth of the matter. The links encourages you to develop your abilities to see the unseen and silent aspects of your inner selves and others. Look within, and also just if you see a headline and that sets you off on a panic or a worry thing, you can go and read the story, you can find out more, or you can also look at the source of that headline. When I've got my news feed up, often I'll see, Biden's mentally deficient. And then I look, hey? And then I look and I see it's Sky News. Yeah. Look at the sources. Don't always take things at face value. It might look like they're doing nothing. That's not the case. It might look like Trump is getting more and more people on side. That's not the case. Look at the source of the information. Okay? Things will get better. Look to yourself. Oh, you start panicking. But why do you start panicking when you know it's not true? Have a look at what's happening within you, your environment. why you've been led down this. Have you been listening to something too much? Have you been letting somebody else? Have a look at the truth of why your reactions are happening the way they are, because nobody can control how you react to something but you. You may not be able to control what happens in the world, but you can control how you react to it. So that's something you've got to look at too. And look at ways of dealing with how you react to things better. Okay? So I hope that that has helped. And yeah, remember, if you want a reading, you can email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com. Or you can private message me if you're on Facebook with me. You can you can PM me if you want a reading and stuff. And yeah. So anyway, guys, I will leave it there now. Thank you for joining me. I've really, really enjoyed it. I'll be back in a few days. And just hang in there, stay safe, stay strong, stay loving, and stay healthy. And look after yourselves and look after each other. Okay, guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.